Yes, sir. 1 2 1 2, baby. We are live and direct. Welcome to Hood Stocks. Do me a favor, doggy, and hit that speaker for me real quick, sir. Appreciate it. I see everybody tapping in right here. Love you, my G's, my Goonies. The greatest in the world, baby. The greatest chat, the greatest support group. I mean, I believe this is a support group. You know what I mean? These guys, these animals will hold you accountable. You know, they will tell you who you are and what you're doing and where you're going. And yeah, dog, I love you guys so much. I love you guys. You know, you guys are, you know, the Goonies, man, Hood Stocks, man. We are a collective right here. We together, baby. I'm looking for something real quick. Let me, while I stall out a little bit right here. Everybody hit that like, hit that subscribe. I should have found this before, but had a visitor that stopped by real quick, so had to handle a little bit of business. Let me see. I wanted to find this real quick.
Can you read the comments?
Yeah. How's your mic right there?
It's all right. It's good.
That's good? Okay.
Yep.
Good. Let me find this real quick, please. Ah, there it is right there. Damn. That shit's cray. I just found it. Okay. You guys might recognize this guest from episode 20. This guest was on Hood Stocks, episode 20, September 28th, 2019. Episode 20. This woman right here, very powerful woman, right? I had to choose wisely on having the first female guest on Hood Stocks, and she was the first guest on Hood Stocks that is a woman. I was gonna say there was a woman.
I'm a woman. I identify as a woman.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? 2019, she was a woman, but now she's Batman. No. I want everybody to give a warm welcome for Claudia, Perez, LA on Cloud9. Let's go, baby!
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
How are you doing, young lady?
I'm doing good. Up and down, but I'm doing all right.
Up and down, but you're doing all right.
I'm now in Arizona, left Los Angeles, but I come back often to do the organization stuff.
Absolutely. Let me fix our cameras right here. Let me go a little over this way. So, isn't that so crazy? And so, once again, rewinding it back to history, episode 20, you were the first female we've ever had on this podcast. And like I said, I had to choose wisely because, you know, I wanted somebody with, you know,
huevos?
With huevos, yeah. No, 100%. And you got huevos. 100%. You have huevos, you know. And I met Claudia through her organization, which is called
LAONCLOUD9.
LAONCLOUD9. And for people that are not familiar with LAONCLOUD9, please, you know, fill them in on what you do, your organization does for the streets.
Since 2012, we've been a grassroots nonprofit organizations working for the people on the streets. We help everyone that's in need of help, drug assistance, mental health, obviously housing, and people with pets. We are not an animal rescue organization, but we do, you know, have to step in sometimes and help some animals that need you know, medical treatment, or they need to be rescued from the area they're in. But I've been doing that since 2012, and we became official 2013. So it's been a little bit more than 10 years now, a decade hitting the streets. I've learned a lot. I see things a lot different now than I did when I came on the 19th.
Well, you couldn't talk on certain things back then.
I couldn't, yeah.
And now you're ready to fucking just let it all air out.
Fucking out.
You guys, I'm telling you, some of you cats, I seen in the comments, are like, oh, come on, look, nah, this is going to be some gangster shit right here. I'm telling you, and she's a gangster already as it is. She just, you know, applying her gangsterness, I don't even know if that's a word, and you know, and on another level, baby. But so, when you first were on, I remember too. I remember I gave you a big old glass. Remember I gave you a big glass of mixed drink. You know, I asked you if you'd like a drink, right? And that's when we were in the 10 by 10 room. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I'll take a drink. And so I brought her out, like, you know.
I went with my son Timothy. Remember, he was there with me.
Okay, yeah. And so I brought her out. I brought her because we're in my house. So I go out the door to my kitchen and I whip her up a drink. And the glass was this big, and I gave it to. She's like, God damn it, what the hell? I can't drink all this.
Well, I could, but I didn't want to look too, you know.
Well, you know, I was serving you the way I'd serve myself, you know, or the way I'd serve my family or my friends. And sometimes, you know, you just want to, you know, go big, baby. Bigger than smaller.
So I do it. Go big or go home.
Than, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Go big or go home. And since I was at home, we had to go big, you know. But you know, so yeah, so you were very, very hesitant in regards to sharing certain information about what's going on in the homeless community, within the actual community, government, city, county, et cetera, right?
Yeah, this was due because I was working for an organization that was paying me to do what I do. You
were working for housing or something like that, right?
Yeah, I was doing Section 8 applications for people to get them off the streets. Our main focus was people with mental health issues.
And was that located in downtown LA?
Spot 6.
Okay.
Which means the South Central area.
So you work in the South Central area?
Correct.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, I don't know, is that the worst area to work?
No, I believe Skid Row is pretty intense.
Yeah.
But some areas in the South LA area, which is Spot 6 again, there are some intense areas. People that have gone with me doing outreach besides the work part of it, we've gone under bridges, inside tunnels. I mean, some crazy shit, man. I mean, it's not just a tent you see on the street. You know, if you got some huevos, like you said, you go under these tunnels and you go under these bridges and you help people that are truly in need of it, you know, who are mentally ill and who have a bad drug addiction problem.
So you basically going into the darkest crevices of the city. Can you please get her a napkin? She has a little sweat or something right there, perspiration.
Oh, it's dripping.
Yeah. Perez is hitting, baby.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better?
Good?
Yeah, no, I want you to be comfortable and
I'm comfortable.
Take care of our guests right here. So you were going into the darkest crevices of the city.
Yeah.
And so, well, I met Claudia in around like 2014, 2015 is when I first went out with her to the streets to, just to assist, lend a helping hand, and take a couple selfies to make myself look good on Instagram. You know what I mean? Let's keep it real, right? Keep it a buck, baby. Look what I'm doing. What are you doing, you dirtbags? You fucking assholes. Selfish motherfuckers. Say cheese, Lucky.
And the person's looking at you like...
They're like, bro, are you done taking the picture yet? Hold on. What's more important, you eating or me getting my Instagram picture?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Hey, you know,
that's the real shit right there. I have so many volunteers like that, but with good intentions, you know, not bad intentions, but I mean, I get it.
Nobody admits it though, right?
No,
I'm the only one that admits it.
Yeah,
I'm an asshole.
You're an asshole. You admitted it, and you fucking said I did her dirty. And when I heard that shit, I was like, what? You did me what?
Oh, yeah, when I said that story.
And then you said your story, and I'm like, nah, you didn't do me dirty. That's fucking people do all the fucking time, man.
Yeah, no, I know. You're like, what the fuck is Lucky about to say?
Yeah,
no, not like
show
that.
Up.
Well, sometimes we don't, you know, when we're setting up a story, sometimes I misspoke and I didn't set it up right. So that was me misspeaking, but.
That was with Spider, huh?
What's that?
I think you did the interview with Spider. That's when you told him.
I've told a couple people that story because I'm kind of proud of my assholeness sometimes. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes I want to share the horrible stories about who I am. Yeah. You know, so just people can understand when I let them down. Where they're like, well, hey, you know what I mean? He was taking selfies in Skid Row. You know, when people were fucking starving and shitting themselves.
Oh man, shitting themselves. I saw a guy like that too once. It was like cold as fuck in the morning, and I was going to work, going to do some training bullshit my job sent me to, and this poor guy, man, he was all shitted on, freezing his ass off. I was like, oh man.
Well, there's two things that I'm going to do in a situation like that. I'm either going to run or I'm going to pull out my camera and get a video of that shit.
You gotta put a camera up. And I feel bad, but I was like, whatever. I'm on the clock, so I can't do shit right now, you know?
No pun intended.
No.
I can't do shit right now, even though while the dude's taking a shit.
You take a shit and I can't do shit, homie. That's it.
You should be like, hey, dog, heads up, pop, and hit him with a fucking adult diaper. Depends. I think it's called
you
Depends.
was all fucking shitted on. I feel bad. Just see, I'm still thinking about him.
I have itchy bowel syndrome where I have a heart. I think, is it itchy bowel syndrome? What is it called? It's called loose bowel syndrome. Or irritable.
Irritable bowel syndrome?
I got irritable bowel syndrome that at any time or place,
loose?
if I got, come on, Claudia.
You're a little loose.
I got itchy bowel syndrome. Itchy bowel. Where the fuck did itchy bowel syndrome?
And that's some new shit for me. Itchy bowel syndrome.
Irritable. I meant irritable. I do not have an itchy ass. What the fuck? It's a big difference.
Get a wipey, bro.
Get a wipey. Huh? Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? You ever have swamp booty where you're on Skid Row and be like, damn, I need a wipe. It's a little fucking, it's a little slippery back there. But I think people shitting on themselves is funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess when they're young, but not when they're old. This guy looked like he was like 70 years old.
That's not cool.
Bad, yeah. He was just like holding on to something and just taking shit.
Bro, it's not only they don't take a shit, it's just they don't have nowhere to go.
Yeah, they get kicked out of stores, anywhere. Yeah, and this was downtown, so I believe that shit. He was just fuck it, I just let it loose right here, you know? Itchy bowel syndrome.
Fucking assholes. All right, guys. Hey, Claudia today. Everyone give it up for Claudia. We're out of here.
I'm out.
Hey, so on the real though, fucking Skid Row, any type of homeless place is just wild to be at, especially if you go in Skid Row, downtown LA, man. It's like third world country type of stuff. And you're just like, how are we in the richest country in the world and we have this type of stuff happening on our streets? You know?
Yeah. I mean, and to the event you went to, the one that I posted, remember I found the video?
Yeah.
And that day, I remember it clearly. It was all of us, man. It was popping that day. I mean, I know people are in need, and I know Skid Row is a place where people get their programs or housing or, you know, shelter. It's like a hub station right there, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think people go without food, but I think people need stuff. So when we roll out over there, either we roll out deep or don't go at all.
Yeah.
Because there's times that I have to tell people to step the fuck back, you know, because there's so many volunteers, and some volunteers are a little intimidated by too much, you know, hands and everything. So it's like, step back, or they start fighting within each other. And that's what we don't want. The cops pulled up once, and he told me to get the fuck out of there because I was causing a lot of them to fight.
Because they wanted whatever you guys were handing out.
Yeah, if I had a tent, if I had a tent or sleeping bags or whatever, they'll get down for that shit.
You know, honestly, I'm not mad at them about that. You know, it is what it is. That is a hot commodity, and you know what? There might be one person that's fighting for it because they need shelter, and there's another person that's fighting for it because they want to go sell it for dope.
Well, yeah, you got to remember. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people do rent their tents out to people for sex trafficking.
Speak on that.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Tent, sex trafficking, Skid Row. I mean, how does that all mesh together?
It wasn't so much in deep Skid Row. Well, it was going towards Skid Row. That I found this area where I saw a lot of homeless people. So like, all right, we're gonna hit this spot. I introduced myself and the group and stuff, so they could know we're cool. You know, I don't go over there with prayers or anything like that. I go over there just hood. That's it. That way they know that I'm here to give them what they need if we have it, and I understand what they're going through. Yes. You know, and sure enough, some fool was straight up. He was like, "Hey, I need a tent," and I'm like, "Well, you got a tent?" He goes, "Well, I'll be renting my tents out. I got these fucking, you know, hyenas out here selling their pussy, bro, and I make my money."
What kind of pussy are they really selling on Skid Row? Is it like
the itchy one? He's done. I'm done. That's itchy.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucked up to think about it, and I know we're laughing about it right now, but when it's happening at the moment when you're there, it fucks me up walking away from shit like that. You know, going home knowing that I have a home too, a bed, family, and then walking away from that, and then just like, damn, man. I mean, are they being forced to do it? Is it something that they gotta do for their hustle? You know, I can't hate on the hustle, but it just doesn't feel right when you walk away from that. And I experienced so many things, doing things in the streets, even with my group, when I take a big group. And I tell, and Dana here, my best friend, she's the one that does the whistle. We have a little thing going like, if the whistle happens, whistle. That means drop your shit and get the fuck out of here. That's exactly what it means.
Wow.
Yeah, because we do go to some areas that don't want us there. You know, whatever the fucking issue is, they think we're whatever. They think, you know, when it's a new area we go to, they say, you know, they start talking shit and telling us get the fuck out of there and throw our shit back at us. So I'm like, all right, let's go.
And so what kind of, that's a different type of homeless person.
Yeah.
Would you say? Because there's categories of homelessness in the individual. Is that safe to say?
There is. There are people that are homeless, just experiencing hardship, but are not using drugs, or those that just became homeless and haven't gotten high yet, you know. And there's some that have been homeless for quite a while who are already housed but are back on the streets, but they go home. And that's what I've been noticing a lot lately. That's what I want to tell you about that when I come back to Los Angeles from Arizona, I see the people that I've been helping, we've been helping for years. You know, years and sometimes up to 10 years, like Red, for example. And oh my God, it's like, dude, what's up? You know, and I'm housed. I'm just, what the fuck you doing out here then? It's fucking drugs, man. You know, they're used to the being in that spot, that flight, what is it called? The flight mode, being on flight mode, you know, and then you go to put them in their apartments, because I've actually housed people. I had done their Section 8 paperwork, everything went through, and put them into a permanent supportive housing building. And some of them cried to me like, I can't do this shit. Do what? You got your fucking apartment. It's just, I can't do it. It's too lonely. Like, I'm used to the hype. Used to being on the streets and used to, you know, being on flight mode.
And it becomes just a...
It's sad.
It becomes just a lifestyle, a culture, right?
Yeah,
you know,
I think it is a culture. It's a lifestyle.
You know,
correct.
Being just used to having people around them, you know, hearing the person next tent, it's just another addiction.
Well,
right,
this is something that happened during, I started working at 81st in Vermont, which is the first HHH building preparation.
Preparation H.
What the fuck, man?
Don't tell us what's on in your Amazon cart right now.
What the fuck? You see, you got me thinking about itchy ass now, man. Oh, damn.
She said preparation H. What the fuck?
No, I was trying to say. We marched for this. What did we do? Yeah, we marched for this shit. Like, no pun intended.
Even when we marching for this shit, even when we need a little preparation age. It's a rough march.
Yeah, we marched for it to pass, and it's for people who pay taxes to pay more taxes in order to house the homeless, and it passed. We marched all downtown area. We did all kinds of shit. We went to San Francisco, Sacramento, to the Capitol over there, and we did all kinds. I mean, we made it happen. You made it happen for what? For us to pay more taxes. More taxes for us to house the homeless.
But aren't they getting X amount of money already and not utilizing it properly?
Correct.
So why would we want to pay more taxes that's just going into these big corporation or these nonprofits' pockets for them to have a nice ride and fucking mansion? And
just keep in mind, my nonprofit does not get paid by the government. Because then they're not going to tell me how the fuck to run my organization.
Sheesh. Nope. Let's go, baby.
Pop, pop. Thank God.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, it's a trip, man. I mean, you see all kinds of shit in the streets, and me, people be like, why are you still doing it? You know, it mentally fucks me up at times. But to me, it's like, you know, you get used to going and seeing the same people, even though you want to be housed, you want to do better. It feels good to see them again because they're still alive.
Yeah.
You know, because during the time that I've been doing what I've been doing, I've lost a lot of people already. You know, dying in their tents, overdoses, just freezing their ass off out in the streets. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. That's why sometimes when I see them, I'm like, hope to see you again, but like, not here. Maybe at your house, you know?
Yeah,
but it doesn't happen.
Some of them in the metro, too.
Yeah.
We had to check the trains because some of them wouldn't wake up.
Yeah.
You know, that's how we...
Well, yeah, that's how we carry Narcan, too.
Yeah.
I've used that before.
Always have it.
Mm-hmm.
And so this endeavor that you've been on, you know, for a lot of years already. I mean, at one point it started. Did it start wearing on your mental a little bit?
It did.
It did.
Yes.
Is that why you went to Arizona to try to get away?
Yes.
When? Why? How was it wearing on your mental?
But it did. It were, but regardless, not doing it and do it. You feel me?
Yeah.
I went to Arizona, got my kids out the hood, and it was just too slow over there. It's kind of like the homeless when you put them in an apartment, you know, they're just, I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do now, bro? I got that itch. No, but it was depressing. I think I texted you, no?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I had a little text with you. I started fucking up over there and just not doing shit. Then I started working for Phoenix Rescue Mission, which was an organization over there. But that shit was in downtown, about 45. It would take me about an hour to get home, or an hour and a half, or whatever. And always the fucking rules. Can't do this, can't do that. What the fuck can you do then? You know?
What kind of rules, for example, can you give us like one rules that
my thing, the way I do things, whether it's from the organization, but when I'm working for a nonprofit, I have access to websites.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
To websites where I can see whose house with who is their case manager, or connect them back to the case managers, shit like that. I guess where's their the status in their application, and that's what I used, you know, as a form of using it with my LAONCLOUD9 as well, and then boom, getting people connected again with their case managers. And so that's something I shouldn't be doing, but I did anyways, you know, because the point here is to help somebody. If I'm not hurting the organization, if I'm not hurting where I work at, why not? So
in a sense, excuse me, in a sense, they don't want you going above and beyond.
Yeah, and then they want you to shut down and go home. Which I don't know, people might do that. They say it as a paycheck, you know, but unfortunately, I don't see it like that.
You're not wired like that.
I'm not wired like that. I'm fucking built different, especially when it comes to that. I go home and I think about it. I think about the people. I think about the women, you know, especially hearing the stories of the women when I'm giving out pads and stuff and you know, women's stuff, how some of them don't even want it. They're like, nah, hell no. I want to be bloody. I want to be stank, you know, so the guys can stop raping me.
Whew.
Yeah. That's tough to hear.
So, I would think at this point, if a female is saying that, is she just lost to the streets in a sense?
Some are. I've posted a couple pictures of some, you know, a girl like this, and then her laying down on the side. I've helped one. I'm sad to say one in this fucking over 10 years, that this hyena was pregnant. She was 8 months pregnant, butt naked, laying on a mattress on Grand Avenue in 50-something Street. She didn't want to move, and they were doing street cleanup. Yeah. So they were moving all the, you know, homeless encampments and all that shit. And I don't know who the fuck called me. Somebody called me, and I went over there, and this girl was just under the blanket on top of a fucking mattress on the floor. And she was just like, don't bother me, whatever. And she was big, man. I was like, yeah, she's gonna give birth soon. And somehow we got to call the cops. We had to call the cops because they have a program that would help the homeless people. So they got her into a program in downtown. She had her baby, and the baby obviously was removed from her.
Yeah.
And other people from that same area would tell me, hey, you gotta help her, man. Like, do something with her because she's not there, you know. And these guys over here just keep fucking with her.
And when you say fucking with her, you're talking
Literally.
about the 4-letter word.
Yep.
Because I would think that the first people that need to be housed are for sure the women, but there's some, like you said, that don't want to be taken away from an environment that they're so used to, even though they're afraid of it, right? I want to be stank. I want to be bloody, like you said, right? Because I don't want these guys 4-letter wording me, right? But then you come and you say, well, hold on, let's get you in the house. When they're kicking and screaming, maybe some of them, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to go. So at this point in time, they're just mentally gone, and so now they need psychiatric, mental evaluation, right? They need medicine. I mean, whatever.
They do have it from. All right, let me tell you this. On the building that I used to work for, the first building that was built under the HHH fucking funding that we got, they actually put me to work there as a case manager. It was like, what the hell? It just happened that way, you know?
Yeah.
I guess it was meant to be. And it happened right before COVID. And we went into an empty building and got all these applications coming from CHAMP, which is a mental health organization that would submit or give us the clients. Each client is like $50,000 an organization will get. You know, why not? So it's like getting all these clients come in and everything, and then making sure their paperwork is ready. They have their IDs, their social security cards. Even if you don't even have papers, they still house you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's we started housing people right there, and it became a problem because the point when Mayor Garcetti was there, he did his little speech and his little, you know, his taking pictures and all that shit with the family that he helped. He didn't even help, okay? Yeah. And he was just like, he said what he said, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of the day, he left. And then there's people in the building who were from different gangs. And they're supposed to, it was not supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be people that are homeless in that area are going to get housed in that building.
Yeah.
And they were bringing people from all kinds of places. So here we have, you know, I don't want to name no gangs, but there was plenty different ones and rivals.
Yeah, which caused adversity.
And the reason why I started finding out is because I was in my office and a guy kept, like, you know, walking through my office, and I'm like, what's up, man? You know, I came outside and I talked to him. He's cool. He's like, hey, I can't be in my apartment right now. I'm like, what's up? Oh, well, they're finding out that, you know, I'm from this gang, and you can see my apartment from the alley, so you can just shoot up to my apartment. He was tripping, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the problem with this building, too. They put families with like 5-10 kids, and they put people with severe mental health issues, a building with no playground with all these kids, and you have like 50 kids running around all fucking day, and you have somebody tripping high as fuck in their apartment.
Yeah. Talking
about, I'm gonna kill these fucking kids.
Yeah, they don't shut the hell up.
They don't shut the hell up.
They're driving me crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, dude. I know Mr. Mayor Garcetti wanted to see the whole community bullshit thing, but he needs to understand too. You know, everybody wants to be part of the community, but at the same time, he needs to think down here too. You know, he's on La La Land. You know, we have gangs, we have people with mental health issues, we have people, you know, with a bunch of kids. Like, he needs to, you know, separate all that shit.
And you think that's the solution? I mean, kind of in a nutshell, that you really have to, there has to be counselors with these people to figure out maybe what section they're from, if they are gang related, to make sure they're put in the right buildings where they're not going to have problems. Obviously, they gotta know, you know, who's who, what's what, who gets along, all the ins and outs of the streets in order to, you know, coordinate,
and this building
separate.
was placed literally on the corner of 81st and Vermont. That's Hoover Street.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was hot. It was hot. And I wrote a long ass email to the founder of the organization where I was working at, and I said, hey, you guys need to remember what happens down here, you know? Don't stay too stuck up there. Yeah, we're only going to fill up the building. You know? Yeah, with who? Who the fuck are you putting in here? You know, you got to be careful because there's kids. There's a bunch of kids, and there's people that will do anything. You know, and that was just an idea of the Mayor Garcetti's, this whole thing about making people feel a part of the community.
Yeah.
You know? And that was the way he was doing it, just housing everybody together until shit happens. That's when shit stops. You know, the kid gets, you know, someone gets shot. Well, someone did get shot outside the building, but since he wasn't he wasn't on. It was a boyfriend of one of the girls that was there. It wasn't a big deal. To me, it was a big deal. The fuck, I'm in the front office.
Yeah.
You know, no.
It takes a different type of person to be able to work in that environment like yourself.
It does. I mean, I've worked with I worked with a lot of people before. People with, you know, with college degrees, who went to school to study this shit, but you don't know shit until you live that shit. Sheesh. Until you're in the streets, until you know, you feel what they feel or put yourself in that position. Fuck your fucking, your paper that you got from college. That shit ain't gonna do shit. Yeah. It's not. And I've already seen it in action. You know, we had girls in our thing making more money than me, which I don't give a fuck. But at the same time, I was just like, do your job right. Oh no, it's almost time to clock out. Fuck whoever's waiting for me now. No, there's times that I would like be in the hospitals with my clients all fucking night because they're suicidal. So I gotta put them through and I'm worried about the hospital kicking them out on the streets. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay here right here. I mean, I've had threatened the hospitals before. You take him out, I'm gonna fucking call the news right now because he has nowhere to go and he is fucked up right now. I mean, that's all you gotta do is just shake up the fucking building, you know? Shake up the bush. Scratch a little. Get with you.
So going back to our first episode, which was episode 2019, Claudia, yes. Bless the platform, first female once again. There was a lot of things that you couldn't talk about, and I think you're talking about some of them now. Yeah. Being the fact that, and back then she couldn't talk about them. If you guys didn't hear, you're barely tuning in, tapping in, hit that like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate you, my Goonies. She was working. You were basically working for the county at the time.
I was.
Yeah, and so you didn't want to get fired, you know, but yeah. you had to, you know, do that balancing act, which we do right here on Hood Stocks all the time, you know, with the streets and agencies that are watching, everything like that. You gotta, you know, you don't want to piss nobody off in a sense. Yeah,
I mean, but everything was real. It was real. It's just, I just, you know, like you said, I had to keep my mouth shut a little while in order to continue helping people because at that time I wanted to get the fuck out of there and just do what I do. But like I said, I had access to programs and websites that I can see where people are in their housing plan.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't even have a phone anymore, or they got a new phone and haven't been able to get in contact with their case manager. So I would help in that.
Just speaking of phones, it's just a random question, but all the time you can go to like a GR office, you can go to low income places, and they'll have those peoples, right? Those people yes. set up, little table, little canopy in there, and they're giving those phones. Mm. I mean, obviously, that's their job to do, and somehow, some way, whoever has that business, whatever they're part of, they're making money off of that through yes. the government, right?
I've actually had them come to our park event a few times.
Yeah.
She passed away, rest in peace, Danielle, but she came to the park, and she was hooking people up with phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are those phones like forever phones?
They could be.
Yeah.
But since, you know, they're people from the streets, they lose them, they sell them, and they just get another one. Before, I don't know now, but I think all you need is an ID.
Is an ID to get
or
those.
your GR paper that you're.
Or EBT.
Yeah, or EBT card, correct. Stuff like that. So it's pretty easy to get it now.
Yeah. And so there's people that are making money off homeless population, and maybe that's one of the ways that certain businesses are making money by being a part of those government programs. And you said something about that they were getting $50,000 for every homeless person that
Correct.
gets. Did I hear that right?
That was back then.
That was back then, mm-hmm. and I'm sure it hasn't gotten any lower than that,
no.
right? So at the end of the day, homelessness is a big business.
It's a fucking business. That's how I see it now. I didn't see that before. Oh, let's end homelessness. That was like in my mind, stuck all the time. We're gonna end homelessness. We're gonna help as many people as we can. We're gonna, put them in the right places.
Is that a woke perspective? Is that considered? Would that be considered a woke thing? Like we're gonna change.
Yes.
We're gonna end homelessness. We're gonna, But at the end of the day, it is a business.
It is a business. It became an industry. That's what it is. People that are high up, they don't know shit about the bottom, and I say it like that because it's pretty easy. Make more money, make a shitload of money, and they didn't house nobody but telling us what the fuck to do. That's what they did. But they throw us out in the trenches, or they telling us, here, boom, fat ass stack of a Section 8 application. Here, fill it out. No training, no nothing. You just gotta fuck, okay? But I got, when you wanna do something, you do it. And that's kind of how we did it. It was like the COC, I don't know the name of that fucking program, but it came out, and a lot of the organizations in the South LA area were getting a chunk of that. And every chunk was like 2 or 3 case managers, and I was one of them. So in that program that I was at, we had 2, and it was me and some other dude, and we were just like helping each other. Man, we're like, what the fuck, dude? They gave us this paperwork. How are we gonna do this shit? He's like, let's just hit it, let's just read and see what we need and what the people need, and then just get them into housing. Sure enough, every time we went to the housing authority with all the paperwork, I walk out of there with like fucking did it, man. I don't need nothing. Everything they needed, I had it.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew what I had to take already.
So you were out there, and we're talking in regards to getting those applications filled out.
Correct.
to help these individuals that are homeless.
Yes.
So you felt good about it. I'm getting it done, and we one step forward with these individuals that are out on the streets.
See, but the issue with me, I had a whole different types, and I'm gonna say types because I had people with HIV, I had people with mental health issues, I had people with bipolar disorder. Had people with, street workers. I was considered an intensive case manager.
And
give me the hardest the hardest ones because I guess they knew I can take it, I did.
Yeah, and you did, but you were also taking it home with you.
I was taking it home. Yeah, I was working a salary. That's what fucked me up. Yeah, and I was doing 90 hours a week. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was crazy because I care.
Just out of curiosity, on the flip side of doing 90 hours, anybody that does any 90 hours in you can be working at In-N-Out, McDonald's. 90 hours can potentially pay you a good paycheck at the end of the week, right?
If it was a hourly job, yeah.
Oh, but it was salary, you said. My bad. Mm-hmm. There you go. Okay, yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
But regardless, though, back to you were taking it home with you. It was wearing on you. Was it affecting your family? It was affecting your mental, your sleep?
Yeah, it was. It was affecting everything. I needed something to calm down or to get it off my mind. I would talk to people who are also doing the same thing as me. Hey, try not to think about it. You gotta clock out. How do you fucking clock out from your brain? Yeah. Especially when you've been through stuff. And then you see that happening, knowing that you can actually do something about it if you just stay a little longer. How can you clock out of that? And that's what other people would tell me at work too, because I would be stressed out. Why are you stressed out for? They don't fucking qualify. They don't fucking qualify. I'm like, you're a dick for that one. It's like you gotta make sure they qualify what they need. Sometimes they need something. You gotta
cut a corner.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Do what you gotta do to get them in there.
Make it happen.
Because I had this chick at the building, and I never forget her. You see, I'm still thinking about her. She came in, she's been in the shelter for about 1.5 years. She had 2 kids, came in, happy as fuck, telling me, I'm glad I'm gonna get housed now. I'm doing her paperwork. She got a job, $19 an hour job, and she fucking was over a few bucks from the, she was over a few dollars from what she was supposed to make a year. And just because of that, she didn't qualify no more.
For $4.
For a few bucks. It was nothing. It was bullshit. But I was like, well, wait a minute. Well, don't we want people to get their life together? Don't we want people to get a job and get on their feet and stuff? Or the government just wants people to stay down here? You know, if you don't have a daddy in the picture, you get your applications faster. You know, you get your housing faster.
And that's an easy edit on your end.
Yeah, because I knew what's up. I knew there was always a daddy in the picture, but I'm not gonna fucking put it. So that way she can get housed.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, and sometimes that's just what we had to do. Like the one that told you they got shot, he wasn't in the application, but since he wasn't on the application, nothing could have been done for him.
So you were actually like, let's go back to you actually, your boots on the streets. You actually have a really, out throughout all these years you've been doing this, you have a really good relationship with a lot of the homeless population. Is that safe to say?
Oh yeah, that's safe to say.
Yeah, and so I see you at times that you've been intense with some of these.
I kick it in the tents while they're shooting up dope, while they're smoking fucking pookie, while they're doing what they're doing. I'm in their tents. And I know I'm saying it bluntly, but that's the fucking truth. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you.
So
that's what they do.
Why would you put yourself in a situation like that, even though like in the tent with them doing that? I mean, does that create trust?
Correct.
Okay.
You're right.
Trust.
I mean, and that's just simple as it is. Trust. I go in there, they don't hide their stuff. Some in the beginning would obviously, hide their stuff. Oh, hey, Cloud9's here, Cloud9, and then it'll be like, you can hear them fucking shuffling shit and hold on, but now after doing it so long, I tell you, hey, don't trip, bro. You do what you gotta do. I'm just here to give you, give you a little something to eat. We got some new clothes in that truck over there. We got dog and cat food or whatever we have. And then they kind of ease up, like, oh, this Hannah's cool, she's all right. And every time we go, we is that mutual respect, they respect us and we respect them. Yeah, at times, like I told you about the whistle and stuff, because we had one time, he passed away, he was killed. He had a fucking strap and I had my group with me, so when we saw that shit, I said, let's go. Get the fuck out of here. She started whistling. We had a few little stranglers, that didn't understand or hear. Yeah. But I said, now let's go. I don't want nobody getting hurt. He was waiting for another homeless person to come so they can go at it. Damn. But I said, nah, I got to get the group out of here, You got to know the streets, too. You got to feel the environment on the streets as well. That's something that you got to get used to.
And so some people might have a little bit of a hard time wrapping their head around it. They're like, wait, hold on a second. Are we talking about homeless people? Well, yeah, we're talking about homeless people in the city of Los Angeles, where a lot of, like you said previously, are gang related. Yes. And so just because they're homeless doesn't mean that there isn't. And then also too, there's a lot of politics in regard to the homeless community, right? Yeah. There's people that are running certain sections that are homeless, that are renting out certain corners, tents, like you said earlier.
Yes.
There's people that are running certain sections, and the other homeless people know that that's the dude that...
Well, that's where the burning the tents come through.
Okay, explain that to me.
Especially if you're selling dope on the streets. And
what is burning the tents?
They burn the tents. When you got beef with somebody on the streets, the tents get burnt while you're in there or while you're not in there. Yeah, that happens a lot.
They burn the tents.
They burn the tents down. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And the person could be inside.
Yeah, we had a few times where drunk drivers, boom, hit the tents and stuff, and some people have passed away. But as far as like the street politics, when it comes to like homeless, drama and stuff, that's just what it is. Somebody's selling dope, and then they don't want them to sell dope in that street, so you got to move your shit. You don't move your shit, you get your shit burned. And that's just how it is at times. Huh. I mean, I knew who was selling, I knew who was doing shit, but that's their pedo. I'm there to help them and to see them. It got to the point where I miss them. I miss some of the people out there, and then when I see them, it's like, damn, what's up, man? Give them a hug and stuff. And I have many pictures with like that guy Red. Yeah. I've been knowing him for like a decade too, and he's another one that we've helped a lot with tents and stuff. And I mean, we don't help people with drugs, we just help them to get better. But if they are on drugs, we offer if they need assistance on it, if they're ready to get off that shit. I don't peer pressure nobody, because if you're not ready, you're not fucking ready, So if they're ready, okay, I'm done. Please help me out. Then we'll make the initiative to help them out.
What is the percentage of people that actually get to a point where they're like, okay, I'll take your help? And, I mean, what's the percentage of people that actually get help for drug addiction?
If I tell you, I'll be lying to you because I don't know.
You don't know.
Especially nowadays with the fentanyl going on and all that. And I'm telling you, this past time that we went out there, a lot of people that we were giving stuff to were already housed. They were just out in their area, their spot where they've been fucking for years and doing their shit. Hey, I don't judge. I just tell them, man, go back home, go chill and cook something,
Yeah.
But now they're just out there chilling. I got my housing already for a year, and I'm like, what the fuck? All right.
But they're still hanging out.
Still hanging out.
Yeah.
And it's hard for anybody to judge that shit, I'm not there to judge them. Yeah, I trip out sometimes and be like, why the fuck is he still out here? Someone got him his Section 8. Someone got him housed, But sometimes, like I told you, they be putting them in buildings far the fuck away, and they don't know that area. So they come back to where they're familiar. Exactly, what they know.
What they know.
They're in a building where it's, like I said, a building with all kinds of different hoods, and they get out of there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They go back to their little section, their neighborhood, in a homeless area.
Correct.
I mean, is there such a thing as ending homelessness? I mean, people. No, there's not.
No. No, I'm not even going to tell you, yeah, maybe, probably, possibly, but nah. So it's an industry, it's making bank. Many organizations are making money, but the success rate, maybe housing them could be good, but keeping them housed, especially with the Housing First program that I told you about, I hate that shit. How are you going to house somebody when they're experiencing a severe drug addiction? Me as the case manager, I'm supposed to house you, and you are struggling with meth, or with heroin, or whatever it is. I'm gonna house you. And then we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about your income, what income you have. And then I'm gonna let you know how much dope you can smoke a month, and you need to pay your rent. So whenever the fuck you're ready to stop smoking dope or doing your thing, let me know. I'll put you into some programs. Does that happen? No. What happens? They overdose in their fucking apartments.
Yeah.
They overdose in their apartments. Yeah.
And they're also they're almost safe for overdosing in the homeless population than overdosing where no one's gonna find them until they start stinking or something.
And that's that homeless population. You see people, everybody's there. We know, And literally, we had to do a call. This guy wasn't answering his door for a while. This fool had tents up in his apartment. That was his fucking zone.
He had tents in his apartment.
Shopping carts with fucking cans. Like, he made that shit his encampment.
Yeah.
And this guy, I've known him before I started working where I housed him. It was when I was going under the bridge, helping people in Watts. It was a Watts area. And he had like a skin problem or whatever, and when I saw him and I saw his name, I'm like, oh shit, he's my client. That's right. And I saw him, what's up, man? We were happy that we see each other, and he was like, I'm glad you're my man, you're my case manager. But he started just doing some whale shit, in the apartment.
Yeah.
And when they don't know, we gotta connect with the people that we're housing, make sure we see them at least once or twice a month. If not, then we gotta get other people involved, because we have to make reports how they're doing. And that's another fucking thing that I hate about this fucking system. We can't say the truth on the reports. We can't. We have to sit there and say they're doing well, they're doing well, and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, because you can't say the fucking truth on the programs.
You always got to say something in the rhetoric of they're making progress.
Correct.
And
when they're not.
When they're not. Mm-hmm. Because if
they don't get paid.
They don't get paid.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like a rule of thumb within the people that the case managers. Hey, man, don't ever say this because it's gonna fuck up the paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't an expert doing fucking reports and stuff, but I just say how it is, and I got told a few times, you should change this to this, and you shouldn't put this and that, because this could go to court, and it can be used against you. And I'm just against me. I'm just telling you what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. So
That's
now,
it.
so now they're throwing it off on you.
You're gonna show proof. Oh my God. Yeah.
And so if there, man, it's such a complicated conversation.
Yes.
It's such a complicated everything in the sense that there's no way of resolving it in a sense. Mm-mm. There's no way of resolving homelessness.
No.
And you know, my bro was here earlier, and he was, he used to live in Skid Row and shit, whatever. But what was he saying? I kind of lost my train of thought right now of what he was saying. He was talking about here it is right here, guys. He was saying when the 2028 Olympics come, he goes, man, they're gonna clean this shit up.
Oh yeah.
But where are they gonna put them at though? If they're gonna clean
They're
them
already
up?
starting getting people out. We have a little route like going on Grand Avenue, 52nd, 53rd, 54, 56. All those streets, and it's kind of dead now.
It's dead now.
Yeah, you're like, cool.
Where are the homeless people at?
They're
then?
moving them kind of towards like the east side of Los Angeles, away from downtown area. Of course, Skid Row is always going to be there because there's all the programs there.
Yeah.
But as far as like being on the bridges or being on the one-ways or anything like that, no, they're moving people. They're taking their shit or they're moving them. Some of them get housed. I'm not going to lie. They get housed, but they come right back out.
And they were talking, I think on the news or somewhere I saw it, that they were getting one of these high-rise buildings in downtown LA that's like a luxury high-rise building, and they were going to turn it into housing the homeless. And so potentially some of these homeless people can be in a really nice, have a nice layout, so to speak, right?
Yeah. But they need severe, like they need to get help mentally, drugs and everything. I think somebody who's experienced homelessness, I've experienced homelessness. It wasn't as severe as many people have.
Yeah.
So I can't even put myself in that category. But at the same time, it's like I was, couch surfing and doing drugs, doing all kinds of shit. But I got out of homelessness. A lot of people don't. They continue the pattern. And when I do applications, Lucky, what I like to do is tell people, look, you're going to sit here, you're going to tell me the truth, boy. Because some of them think that by telling me they don't do drugs, it's going to get them housed.
Yeah.
I said, nah. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
The crazier you are, motherfucker, that's how you're going to get housed. Serious shit. It's crazy. Yeah, you tell me everything. Just don't be blunt about it. Well, I sleep on the on my sister's driveway and all that stuff. And okay, no, you sleep on the fucking street.
Yeah.
We've got to get the application going. You do drugs? No, come on. All right, well, sometimes when I can. I go, okay, then you do drugs. Because it's a stupid ass paper that we had to fill out, and that would tell us the level of homelessness you're in.
What's more? What is more out there? Addiction or mental illness, or would you say a mixture of both? Both,
yeah. Because those that have mental illness are very strung out. I call her homegirl. I have one homegirl that's out there, and she's just hit us up too. She used to wait till I get there, open my door, and she just slam her dope right there in my door. She just got used to it. It's not that I condone it or I allow it. It's just that that's their lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm not there to tell them what the fuck to do or don't do this or don't do that. I'm just there so I can gain their trust, and they can trust me as well, that I'm not somebody that's gonna go around the corner and call the cops on them. Hey, they're doing dope right here,
Yeah.
No, I'm just
that's not your job.
That's not my job.
Yeah, that's a police officer's job or someone else's job, right?
Yeah.
Potentially. How long you've been working the homeless network? I'll say. How long?
A decade.
Over a decade, and so over a decade of being around people that are just completely out of their mind, some of them, right?
Yeah.
Maybe most of them.
Yeah.
Does it start making you feel like you're a little out of your mind?
Yeah.
How so?
Because what you see, like I said, I can't shut it off. And that's my problem.
You can't shut it off?
I can't shut it off. Got the itch. No, I can't shut it off, man.
Yeah.
It's hard. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I guess I care too much sometimes, you know? And I can't just like shut it off and go home and act like nothing's going on. And my phone's ringing left and right, you know, for people that need help. And I can't say no and stuff like that, you know? So it's got to the point where I had to say no. Especially if I moved to Arizona, you know?
And you moved to Arizona just because of that fact.
And I did an outreach over there. I hooked up my truck. I got a bunch of shit, went to downtown Phoenix, and the cops got me right away. Burp. Can't do that. I'm only giving out food and, you know, clothes for the homeless. And you're going to give out stuff, go give it to the shelters. Like, fuck.
They operate a little different right there.
They operate a little different.
It's a little more of a Republican state.
Correct.
And so would that be the difference in regards to maybe Arizona and California? California, very democratic state, even though, you know, a lot of people are leaning towards a conservative way nowadays. You know what I mean? We can put you on the fence on a Republican side, so to speak.
Well,
right?
because the democratic state, I mean, to being in that side, hey, whoever it is, it's on you. But why you want to see our people down? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get them help, you put them there. For me, I would say, okay, to get people housed, even though they got a good job, $19 an hour, fuck, it ain't a good job, but hey, they're doing it, right? Why do they not qualify now? Because they're making a fucking $1 or $2 more. So you're saying now this hyena has to go back to the fucking hotel, to the shelter, and sit there and wait, or lose their job, or say you don't got a job no more, so you can get housing. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like they want to keep you down there.
Yeah.
They don't want to see people succeed.
Well, they keep them down there, then that paycheck keeps on coming.
Of course.
You know, they say the poor get poor and the richer get richer.
Yeah. And I was working with the building managers and then with the organization. Some people were there, you know, you can feel, I guess doing it that long, as long as I've been doing it, I can feel, you know, people's energy and stuff. And some lady was frustrated with me because I kept asking her for her bank stuff, you know, hey, they need bank, and all this stuff. And she was just like, you're making me stress out and not get my housing. I said, no, I'm not making you stress out. This is what the government wants. This is what the city wants. Yeah. I'm just trying to help. I'm the good guy here. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to help you get into housing. You know, I'm not trying to fuck you over. Yeah. And she tried to fuck me over by getting me in trouble for that, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, let me talk to your superior or something like that, right?
Yeah, she did. I was in the same room because I wanted to be in the room when she said whatever she said, and I was just like, hey, I just asked you for your paperwork for the stuff so I can get you approved to move into the building. You know, and it was just shit like her bank statements. You know, she said she's living in the car with her son, but she got 10 G's in the bank.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
You know? Some people need it, some people don't. I'm not saying she don't need it, but whatever her shit she had going, that's her business. We just wanted an explanation.
When there was COVID, how was it for the homeless population?
It was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad. I mean, I felt bad because we just started this building right in January. Here comes March, and we have this fucking COVID shit going on. So now I'm working remotely. Meaning I'm doing all these applications out of my fucking room, you know, and it's a lot of shit. Trying to get in contact with people, getting their stuff, getting their information, doing this, doing that. And I would have to dress up from the feet up, with that bullshit gowns and everything that we had to wear. Yeah. So I can go to the office and be able to communicate with some people because I felt like we just like put them there and left them there.
During COVID.
Exactly. And a lot of the people need that attention, you know, they need that one-on-one interaction, correct, with their case manager or whatever. And my phone's just blowing up that when we're going to go back in the office. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't fucking know.
You know what? I want to say something. When I went to Skid Row during COVID, I don't know, I was doing something, you know, trying to be proactive, trying to, you know, do something positive in a sense. And I was talking to a lot of the homeless population in Skid Row, and they were like, man, all you motherfuckers are worried about COVID, this, that, but COVID ain't even hit Skid Row yet. They were saying that they were telling me that COVID didn't even hit Skid Row.
It took us, what, Dana, about a year and something to get COVID? And we were out there active.
In Skid Row.
At the beginning, I was like, oh, fuck, we can't do shit. But then I'm like, man, we're essential workers. people need us. People need our help, and we're doing all that shit. Some people were sick, some people were not, but at the same time, it took us a while for us to get COVID. It wasn't like how they were saying, you know.
I mean, you would think it would be a hub of, not only addiction and mental illness, but of, disease, COVID, everything else. And I
didn't get the shots.
No. Yeah. Why not?
Because I'm going to live longer than you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, everybody, yeah.
No, that's what they say, but I don't know. I couldn't do the shot. I couldn't do the vaccines.
The homeless have a tough immune system.
Mm-hmm.
The homeless has a tough immune system. No, that's a good point.
Very true.
That's a good point. They do have a tough immune system.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are outside 24/7 in the trenches.
Correct.
Of filth.
Correct.
And so, that makes sense. They have a crazy immune system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we weren't all careful and stuff. We were just doing the same thing we're doing. But if they didn't want to come out of their tent, we just leave the bags out there. Because I hate just boom, 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 dropping off bags. I like to have conversations with people. I don't know. I want to know where they're at as far as their case management, or if they're connected with a case manager. I just want to know. Maybe I could help a little bit. I don't know. And this time during COVID, we couldn't really interact like that, like how I wanted to. It was just like, I'm going.
So during COVID, was all the homeless population, like their services kind of cut off a little bit?
Scandalous.
Like they weren't getting, what I like to call room service?
Well, I know, I heard you say that last time.
Room
and
service
I'm going to do some room service this weekend. As they got some services, new services, as far as food, boxes of food from, what we had to do as case managers is, how many clients do you have? Who has papers? Who doesn't? Why does that matter? I don't fucking know. And then pick up the boxes of food from the food banks that we would fuck with, and then take it to their house, or say that. And God forbid that person had COVID, and we had to say it. Well, she said she had COVID. Oh, now I'm fucked. Now I have to stay home.
What is the benefit of big companies, big businesses donating to Skid Row?
The benefit?
Is it a benefit in the sense of like a tax write-off, or is it just hey, being able to sleep better at night, saying, hey, we're a good company because we donate to Skid Row? I mean, does it benefits a company to donate to Skid Row? Doesn't it?
It does. I don't know much about that, Lucky, as far as like what it benefits them. I know it's a tax write-off for sure.
Yeah.
But also we have an organization, a shelter called Rescue Mission that I appreciate. Andy Bells has helped me a lot with getting people into shelter at any time of the day. So if it's a Christian shelter. So that one, I mean, if they get funded, that's awesome. I mean, if it benefits the organization to make it better, or to get, I guess, tax write-off, same shit.
I mean, does God exist in Skid Row?
Does God exist in Skid Row? Why you ask me that?
I don't know. It just popped up in my head like it was something that to be asked. I mean, do people believe in God on Skid Row? Is God?
They do.
Are there miracles happening in Skid Row? Or You know
what I noticed more about Skid Row now that you bring that up? I noticed that people in Skid Row want more prayers than the other ones that we go in other areas, surrounding areas of Skid Row.
They take the prayer on.
They want a prayer.
And is it a certain demographic, certain race that wants the prayer? Would it be more blacks than whites, or
more blacks?
More blacks, and that kind of makes sense. And I was going to say that it'd be maybe more blacks that accept the prayer.
Yeah.
The gospel, right?
Yeah, and some pray for us. Good prayers too. I'm like, damn.
Well, some of them motherfuckers go down there and you're like, damn, bro, you got the gift of the gab. I need to put you on my used car lot over here and have you sell some cars right here. You know what I mean? Because some of them dudes be shooting that shit. Like, I'll be like, what's up, OG? And they'll be like, what's up? Whoa, just another day right here. And they'll be talking their shit. And you know what? They living their best life.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. That's why I am how I am with them on the streets. I'm not there to be someone else. I'm doing myself. And you connect with people like that, you keep it real. You be who you are on the streets and don't think you're somebody else or better or less or whatever. And people see that shit. You know, you got some smart cats in the streets. You know, like they can feel your energy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a one time I went out there and I did I was passing out glasses of wine, and people were like, "What the fuck you doing, love?" You know what I mean? I had a gang of bottles of wine, and I was.
I don't feel too bad. I gave out Coronas.
And I pass out, and I said, you know what? Everybody is passing out fucking food and all this other stuff. I'm gonna go out there and fucking give them a drink and have a conversation.
I think I saw that video.
Yeah, but I got shitted on because they're like, "What the love? You passing out wine? You fucking they gonna worsen they shit and whoop de whoop whoop." But I was just like, you know what? I'm just trying to treat them like a human being.
Yeah.
You know, and
so the people who shit on you, well, they're perfect.
a lot of people think they are
You, man.
when they're outside looking in at you.
Yeah, exactly.
They
tell you you're doing the wrong or the right thing, but they're not out there doing it with you. Take a fucking, get your boots on the ground, you know, and go out there before you say something. Say something when you're, exactly. Wear my shoes for a fucking day when you're out there.
And so back to you moving to Arizona, but you're still out here in the city all the time.
All the fucking time, like
You're
a fucking
commuting.
crackhead.
Yeah, like a crackhead.
Yeah.
I mean, do you need to move back? But you're living your best life out there in Arizona. Since you're firing off your guns. I mean, you're a big time,
That's
Trump
what I
supporter,
love.
right?
Yeah, F MAGA all the way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And of course with the guns, yeah, I was happy to buy my first gun over there. I walk out like not California, motherfuckers. Yeah, I bought a few. Not that many, but I bought a few.
Is it therapeutic just being out there in a state where you can just fire those off, maybe in your own backyard because you have the real estate, or?
Nah, I'm in the HOA area. I can't do that shit.
Okay.
We got snitches around there.
Yeah, for sure.
But we go to an area in Tonopah where you can shoot out in the open.
Yeah.
I think you saw that video I posted.
I did.
And then there's Shooter's World. That's where I bought my first gun. That's where I bought my first gun. So we go there too at times. They've been with us go shooting as well.
How is Arizona? You liking it? I mean, do you want to move back?
I don't like the fucking heat, man. It's like destroying my face, getting me all kinds of fucking manchas. I mean, I hate the heat. I want to go out there and just fight the damn heat, man.
Punch out the humidity?
Shadow boxing.
What do they have? Monsoons out there, right?
Yeah, we're on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was raining and relámpagos.
Okay. I've done time in the ADC.
Did you?
Yeah. I've been to 3 prisons in Arizona.
Fuck.
I went out there 4 prisons probably. I went out there one night,
There's
party
one by
too
my
hard,
house too.
party too hard, and I ended up in prison out there, 2 county jails, Florence, Kingman, a couple other ones I think. You know.
Shit.
Yeah, and it blew my mind when all of a sudden we got this thing that I'm not used to. It's called a monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
Monsoon, right? And it's basically like a gigantic dust, wind, lightning, rain, fucking everything, just balled up in one, and it just comes and just.
You see it coming? That shit is crazy,
dude,
man.
you see it coming, and I'm like, oh shit! Get in your barracks, lock it up, get in your cell.
Or when it's hot as fuck, starts to rain.
And we had
I'm like, what the
and we
fuck?
had these little fucking these little things, these little animals that would run the yard, and people would catch them. They're like not a squirrel, but
Bunny?
no, they got these little little animals that are everywhere, and people had them, man. And
What were they?
I forget. I got to think of the name. There might be somebody in the chat right now that remember what those little animals are. Like a squirrel, not a gerbil.
Oh, I see Trump right there. What's up?
I mean, did you become? I mean, so what you do is a very leftist type of thing.
Yes, and that's why when I came out, sound like a fucking woke. When I actually shared Trump's speech, people were stunned. We were like, what the fuck? If we would have known you were a Trumpster, we wouldn't have donated to your organization. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I guess I have to be a Democrat in order to help people.
Because you do a very leftist thing. Is it a leftist
Correct.
thing? To get paid not very much and to be out there, risk your life, risk disease, risk everything, risk your own mental health, your own sanity.
Yeah.
And it's a very leftist thing, you know?
I
and it's
can agree.
unfortunate. I would say it's just human being thing that what you do. You know what I mean? But in the eyes of some people, they're like, oh, that's a left thing.
No, because everyone assumed that I was a Democrat. And when they found out I wasn't, oh shit.
All hell broke loose.
I don't give a fuck,
I mean, the homeless people don't care what you are, right?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No.
They care just if you got. They say, hey, there goes Claudia. She got a heart of gold, man. And we're going to have a good conversation. And you like family to these people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, in Arizona, I have my little Trump 2024 thing outside my window.
It's probably a lot of people have that, huh?
Oh, there, yeah.
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 You know what I want to do? I want to take a quick break. I'm going to pay some bills.
All right.
We're going to open up the phone line, and I want to
be nice.
You know, be however you guys want to be, guys. You know what I mean? But be nice. Be nice to Claudia. Be mean to me. You know what I mean? I'm okay with it. I'm used to it. We're going to be right back with Claudia right here. Let me pay some bills. If you need to use the restroom or whatever you need to do, please do so. There's some bubbly sodas in there. You're not drinking no more, right?
No, 9 months sober.
9 months sober because you had something that happened. Can you share what happened?
What happened with me?
Yeah, but not right now.
It's
and
an
when we come
open case.
back,
I can't share.
Okay, you can't share it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll leave that alone then. But I apologize for bringing it up.
Now you're good.
I think it's an interesting story though. But yeah, I'll keep it tucked away, baby. Hey. Let's do it like this right here, guys. Let me pay some bills. Okay, many of our listeners mistakenly believe the only way to buy a home is to have perfect credit, a large down payment, and then proceed to get into a bidding war on your favorite home. This isn't the case right here. The team at Prime Equity Mortgage has access to off-market inventory and access to 50-plus banks plus their own bank, okay? They have helped thousands of people in our community get their home and even help investors find ugly homes to flip. This is how home flippers buy their homes. Call Andrew right now. Call Andrew and see what he can do for you and your family, all right? And his phone number is 626-825-6565. Once again, it's 626-825-6565. Looking for some good quality cannabis, killer quality cannabis, hit the folks at Killa Kush. They specialize in bringing you the best of quality available from OJ to exotic. They got it all, baby. To find a location, go to their Instagram at Killa Kush _420 and tap in with them and they'll tell you where to pull up and all that good stuff. Looking for the best criminal defense attorney in the city of Los Angeles? Look no further. Doug Sherrod is our guy and he can be your guy as well. Check it out. You guys saw Doug Sherrod a week ago on the podcast. Come on now. I ain't got to say nothing more. You got to cross that bridge. You need a criminal defense attorney. You need the big dog on the team. Holler at my boy right here, and you can reach him at KingKongLawyer.com. KingKongLawyer.com. Orange County Stand Up. Gutter Phenom is a lifestyle brand that's dedicated to supporting and inspiring individuals who are determined to achieve their dreams. We believe that no matter where you come through and what you've been through, with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. This is a great clothing brand right here. GutterPhenom.com. GutterPhenom.com. Use exclusive Hoodstocks20. Get 20% off your order today. Please tap in with my G right there. He's a good dude, man. My boy RJ is solid as they come, man. Good ass white boy, man. I love the dude. He's family to me. Hey, we're also sponsored by La Conecta. Hey, shout out to San Antonio, Texas. Shout out to my boy Danny, San Antonio, Texas. Hey, go to shoplaconecta.com. Shoplaconecta.com. Use Hoodstocks, get 20% off. Hey, prepare for blast off and embark on an instrumental journey of self-discovery and exploration like never before. Introducing the exclusive Rick and Morty Interdimensional Gummies, your passport to inner realms of consciousness. Hey, check it out. I'm gonna make it easy on you. Go to Instagram at Rick and Morty Gummies Official, at Rick and Morty Gummies Official, and tap in with my G right there. The best in the game, hands down. Business stickers. Hey, all our stickers are from Graphic Joe. Tap in with Graphic Joe on Instagram at Graphic Joe _ Use Hoodstocks and all that good stuff. And we're also sponsored by Kush Connect. You guys see that up right there. Don't panic. It's organic. Hey, these are my Armenian brothers right here. This dude's a good dude, man. He's a good dude, and he's delivering all over Los Angeles and San Fernando Valley. You know what I mean? The delivery service is called Kush Connect. You see the phone number right there. It's 1-888-420-4KUSH. And also too, www.kushconnect.co, and for all your delivery services. And you'll get 40% off store-wide. It's 40% off store-wide right there, fucking with Hoodstocks right here. Easy money right there. We're going to be right back with Claudia. Let's go, baby. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, all that good stuff. Back into this right here. Here we go. Oh shit. Let me put up the phone number. We'll take a couple phone calls right now, and then we will. I got some questions to ask Claudia about her that I think is very important. Let me get over here real quick. Turn that down. Hold on. Let me fix this right here, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I see everybody tapped in right there. I appreciate you guys. Let's just take this phone call real quick. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up? Claudia.
What's up?
Hey, what flavor is that yellow puff bar?
You're a fool. Grape lemon.
I never seen that one.
You never seen that one? It's Gemini.
Okay, cool. Hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Hey, they lucky.
Yes, sir.
Fuck you.
Love you too, baby. Let's go, doggy. Yes, sir. Let me. Those are words of love right here. You know how we do
all
it.
Love.
Yes. Let's get this phone call right here. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Okay, cool. Lucky. Appreciate what you're doing. How's it going, bro?
Real quick, turn the volume down in the background, please. Yeah, you can.
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, go ahead and turn that on, dog.
Hey, homie. So with this heat going on, I'm really concerned for your itchy butthole. So what can we do to help you out here, bro?
You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Okay, cool.
I think I need one of those the baby bottle scrubbers.
Hey, I think this is where the homie with the I want to wrestle with Kane and with baby oil needs to call in because we need to get you some baby oil, dog. With this heat going on, I'm really concerned for your itchy butthole.
Thank you,
so, hey, but Claudia, great work. I know it's a thankless job, and you might not seem like that, but I think what you're doing is huge for the community, and just know that you are appreciated.
Thank you. Gracias.
And have a great evening.
You too.
Absolutely. Thank you for the phone call. People are concerned, man.
Concerned about your butthole.
It's fucking dicks. It's all good. Hey, you're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Hey, look at this, Anthony out of Temecula. I've spoken to you before. That your last podcast was off the hook with G Money.
Oh, that was a good time. Yes.
Hell yeah, you're for reals, man. You're for reals. You're legit, man. You're legit.
Thank you, brother.
You're a real one, man. I love the way you come out.
People don't like that, though, dog. They don't like that, dog.
No. I mean, that's why I listen to you. I mean, you're almost at 200,000 listeners, man.
We've been doing this for 6 years, dog. I mean, we should be up there by the grace of God. And we've reached a wide range of people. What's that?
I'm your day one, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, bro.
So I
Real
just want to
shit.
give a shout out to your guest and to everything that you do, and salute.
Salute, my G. Salute, doggy.
Salute.
Appreciate you. Yes. Hey, you're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
I want to listen you with baby oil.
Fucking guy, bro.
Drop it off.
What does this guy look like? You know what I mean? What does this guy look like that he's just the baby oil wrestling guy? You know what I mean? He's just fucking, it's funny. You're on Hoodstocks.
I'm gonna
Talk
get
to us.
baby oil now to the homeless.
You're live, Hoodstocks.
That was for me. Call again.
Was that killer dog in the bathroom right now? It's fucking dicks. Let me put the phone line up. Fucking assholes. I'm not gonna. Let's get some real questions, real concerns, please, guys. You know, we like to have a lot of fun right here, but I believe that we have a serious topic and a very serious guest right here in regards to what she does. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what up, Lucky?
What up, brother? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Richard coming out of the Monte.
Hey, what up, Richard? How you doing, brother?
Hey, just chilling. Hey, just wanted to give a shout out to your guys, fucking, from someone that's been a substance abuse fucking person and been homeless. Just want to say we appreciate everything you do out there, fucking.
Thank you.
Looking out for fucking people and shit.
Appreciate
Just
that.
fucking keep doing what you're doing and fucking shout out to you, Lucky. Keep doing what you're doing, dog. Fuck the haters. Keep going, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, dog. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, much love, dog. You guys
Likewise,
have a good
dog.
one.
You too, dog. Let me get this. Let me put the phone line up real quick, guys. It's funny because I've been doing this. We've been doing this for 6 years, all of us, right?
Yeah.
And I use my personal phone number, so people just have it locked in. And I'll tell you like this: these phone calls don't stop. It's just not for the podcast. You know, I can be minding my own business, putting my kids to bed, and I'll pick up the phone. I want to rest you with baby. It's like, you motherfuckers, stop it. I'm at home being a dad right now.
After that butthole thing, that's it, man. You fucked.
Itchy syndrome, or what do they call it again? Loose bowels? Fuck, man. The shit we talk about here. Let's see. Ooh, the fucking shit is dragging right here. I'm having a hard time pulling up. There we go right here, guys. Give me a second.
You like these now?
Yeah, I do like those, but I'm really trying to slow down with my drinking. I am. Not that it's gonna change too much, you know what I mean? Because we are who we are, right?
Yeah, of course.
But I just want to be I don't know, just want to be a little more right. Not always just flying off the hook on some shit,
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know if this is you're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
I want to hustle you with peanut butter.
Yes, man. Let's do it.
That's baby wrestling with somebody with
Peanut butter.
you're not going too far.
I don't know.
You're just kind of stuck.
And put some jelly on it or what?
Fucking assholes. I had a feeling it was the peanut butter or the baby oil guy. It's a 619 number. You know what I mean? It's calling out of San Diego. I'll let your boy. You know what? I want to say this. So I'm going to speak on it because you make it public on your Instagram.
Yeah.
You're epileptic?
Yes. I have 3 types of seizures.
You have 3 types of seizures. Explain that to me.
2005 car accident. I was a passenger on the 5 freeway passing Los Feliz, and we got into a car accident. I was not the driver, I was the passenger, and we bounced around in the freeway and we hit the center divider and threw us to the side, and the car got smashed. So when it got smashed, my face hit the dashboard, and when I bounced back, it hit the door, and I don't remember until I woke up.
Yeah.
I took a deep breath, and I thought my ribs were broken in the beginning, but it was just like the seatbelt was just like, the tightness.
It did its job.
And then this was in February. In about September is when I started getting my seizures. It takes about 6 months.
So you started you haven't had seizures all your life?
No, I was not born with it.
Oh.
It was a trauma.
It was from the accident.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you post a lot of pictures on your Instagram.
Yes.
Of
I
you
started.
after having a seizure, and you are just it looks like you're in a fight with about 3-5 people. You're black and blue. Your face is black and blue.
Yeah.
And every time I see you post that, it's really hard for me to see that.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, why do you to promote awareness? I mean, why do you do that?
It's for both. I'm in several groups of epilepsy, you know, awareness, epilepsy awareness.
Groups?
They're support groups.
Okay.
That I got myself into. Before I did it, I mean, I've been almost 20 years with this, and go back on my Instagram or my Facebook to see how long I've been posting. It has not been 20 years.
Yeah.
But it's just being open about it. Then if people know, you know, this is what I have, and this is what I live with all the time. Sometimes it could be a good seizure. When I say good is when I'm laying down, or sometimes I do crazy shit, man. I mean, in the beginning with my seizures, I used to throw punches. I used to do all kinds of stuff, and that's what I was told. Some of them are recorded seizures, but I live with this. And instead of me, I guess I should say, looking down on it or feeling sorry for myself, I posted, look, this is how I got my ass whooped. You know, and I know some of them are kind of graphic pictures and stuff, and people have told me, you know, you shouldn't post.
Something you said is just being real on your social media. And some of us, when we're going through hard times in life, we tap into Instagram and different platforms to maybe escape maybe problems we're going through, and when we tap into social media, a lot of it is a fantasy. It's fantasy. It's not really real life, you know, or maybe it is real life, but it's not real life, because there's some people that don't post their real life.
Yeah.
You post your real life.
I do.
And so that's why sometimes it might tend to hurt, or even for me, when I come across a picture of you black and blue, I don't ever want to see you like that, you know what I mean? And seeing you hurt makes me hurt, and so fuck, you know what I mean? I tap in, I was like, god damn it, I was trying to get away from my shit, and there goes Claudia. Oh, you know, look like...
My bad.
No, and it's all good. This isn't about me. This is just, it's a perspective, you know what I mean, that I'm sharing in regards to, I think, what people do. They'll tune out whatever bullshit they go on. I'm not, fuck you, arguing with their lady or kids or lost their job, whatever it might be, tapping Instagram, oh shit, all that shit's funny. Oh, fuck, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, we'll salute to you on being brave about that and being able to do that.
Well, it helped me being in those groups, because a lot of the groups I'm in plenty of them, epilepsy awareness groups. I see a lot of people who passed due to seizures, who don't wake up and die. You know, I see mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters posting, you know, their loved ones who have had a seizure and did not wake up from one. You know, I've been in a coma twice, and not waking up
from a seizure.
From a seizure, correct. The doctor couldn't wake me up from the seizure, so he told my mom there's nothing else we can do. But fortunately, they gave me a dose of a drug. I can't remember the name of it. It's an old drug. Years ago it was invented, and then they gave me that one, and I woke up with bruises on my chest, because I guess the doctors, when they try to wake you up, they do this shit right here.
Yeah.
You know, they do this, and it hurts.
Yeah.
So if that don't wake you up, then I don't know what else will. You know, and luckily I woke up and I was able to go home from the intensive care unit. So when I go through seizures and I survive them, you know, that's how I see it. It's like, fuck it, I'm gonna post it. This is what happened, you know. Not a lot of people like it, and I understand that, but that's my life.
Yeah, for
my
sure.
life, yeah.
And so, just talking about your life moving forward in your life, I mean, you've made some changes, and one big change was moving to Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, that has helped you to a certain point in regards to, you know, maybe your mental health, you know, your peace of mind. No. Sleeping better at night. No, but it's helped your kids. Maybe
it helped my kids. What makes me happy is having my kids being happy, being where they're at.
And do they like Arizona better than California?
They do.
Yeah,
they do. They like it when we come to California. It's like a trip for them, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as living wise, yeah, they like living over there, and we live in a good area. You know, it's quiet. You know, you don't hear the sirens. We have Marines on one side, we have cops on the other side. You know, it's just like a chill neighborhood.
And before you were in South Central?
Before I was South Central on 66 and Broadway, between Grand and Broadway.
So your kids, from being in South Central to going to Arizona,
correct, they
actually love it.
Yeah.
And what do they love about it, out of curiosity?
I think it's just you don't hear the ghetto bird no more. You know, you don't hear the ghetto bird anymore. It's not that much action like that. I know there's no more drive-bys. You know, yeah, that's because we used to always run outside when the drive-bys came out to see who got hit. You know, because we were good with a lot of people in the neighborhood. But as far as where we're at right now, the kids are happy. I mean, my husband's happy. I'm the one that goes through my ups and downs, you know. That's why I have to come to my friend's house, Dana's house, because it's like, okay, I need to get away. Yeah. I need to go back over there. But then when I'm over here, I'm like, fuck, I need to go back home already, you know. It's a love and hate relationship that I have with the move and stuff. But I mean, has my seizure stopped? No. Has my mental health gotten better? No. You know, like all that. It's just it hasn't worked out.
But in regards to your kids, sometimes we got to put our shit to the side and be like, do what's best for the family.
Correct.
So your kids have a better future, obviously, out where they're at now, opposed to being in South Central, in the middle of drive-bys, ghetto birds, and all that other stuff. You know?
Well, now that I think about it, like where I live, it's like day and night where I used to live. You know, and I never really understood. Like, I literally lived in South Central LA, 66 and Broadway, you know, the East Coast area. And even though it was all love on the streets with them and everything, but there's always some shit happening. My son, who's like pretty much a white boy, he got hit up. Like, where's he from? You know, and then I had to talk to the big homies from the neighborhood right there, tell me, hey, you know what, don't mess with my son. He ain't from nowhere. You know, let my kids go, because, you know, I have a youth program. I have the youth program. Let my kids go to the corner store without getting hit up, you know?
Yeah.
They're not from anywhere. They're just kids who are going to go buy some fucking chips, man. And that doesn't happen over there in Arizona.
Good. Thank God for your move and the wellness of your kids in that sense, you know? How does your husband deal with you? Is that an okay?
Sorry.
Is that an okay question to ask?
I heard her just laughing. I don't know how the fuck he deals with me. We're the opposite. You don't even have one dot of fucking tattoos. He hates tattoos.
But he likes them on you.
He has no say so. No say so.
You run the household in this sense?
Huh?
Do you run the household in the sense?
No, I mean, I let him think he does.
But if he's watching right now,
hey, babe.
And he probably loves that about you, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, we give it. Look, our relationship is like this. We give each other space. You know, I don't have to ask to do what the fuck I need to do. I do what I do. I just need to understand and know and to respect my vows. You know, I know what I have. He knows what he has. You know, I don't go through his phone. You don't go through my phone. I don't know how much you have in your bank. You don't know how much I have in mine. You know, that's just how it is. You know, if I can't keep that balance, then why the fuck I'm with him? Huh. You know, yeah. He brings me down when I'm all the way up here, like fucking psycho mode. And he has that. You know, he has that. I don't know. He just has that persona like to calm me down. And sorry for saying this, babe, but you know he did 10 years in prison, and when he came out, he never talked about it. And as I always tripped on him on that, because I'm like, damn, you did 10 years straight, and you're so calm. You know, you're cool. You know, you would never think.
There's a lot of dudes that are like that, though.
Yeah,
that are cool and calm, collective.
He's collective. He's good. I'm the crazy one, and I'm always doing crazy shit. And he's always like, well, I don't know why you're doing that. I don't know why you're doing this. But it doesn't matter what he tells me. I still do it. Unfortunately, but nothing bad. Nothing that will hurt our relationship.
Well, you said you
marriage.
respect your vows. And everything like that.
I know what I'm. You know, I'm grown. I'm 41 years old. I know what I'm supposed to do and not do. You know.
Yeah.
And if I do, I better do it right. Because my husband's 6'6".
You gonna come on some WWF stuff, you know what I mean?
Got size 17 shoes on my ass. Fuck that.
Choke slam that ass. Well, shout out to your husband, man, for
Yeah, shout out to Peter.
because he sounds like he's the perfect man for you.
Yeah, that's how I feel, because if I was used in my past, and I'm gonna talk about my past. I was used to dealing with dirtbags,
Yeah.
That's just how it is. I was one myself, dealing with people who were on the same level as me, doing fucking crystal meth, doing lines of coke, and doing all kinds of stuff. That was just the lifestyle I was used to, and I would attract that type of people.
Yeah.
And I would like it. I like a little cholo, but it's just not where I want to be. And when I got with my husband, he took me out of that. He helped me get myself out of that, I guess I should say.
Well, salute to your husband.
But he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
And so moving forward in your life, in your endeavors in life, I mean, where do you just going to continue, the hard work that you've been doing? I mean, where do you see yourself like 5-10 years from now?
Well, I'm battling with my medical stuff right now and my mental health and, open cases and stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's in front of me besides keep my head up and do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Continue helping people. I don't think I will ever stop. Maybe if I slow down, I slow down. I give big props to Dana Beisel from Mecco, her company Mecco, for allowing us to have the events there at her place.
Yeah.
She's keeping the fork down. Is that how you say it?
Holding the fork down.
Holding the fork down while I'm in Arizona. It's Dana, it's Renee, and it's Karen. 3. It's a little group, but you know what? The smaller the better, because I've had groups of fucking hundreds. I think you went to an event like that.
Yeah, it was
and
huge.
it's hard, and to lower the amount of volunteers is sometimes it's much better, because you have more eyes on people. Because people go with the good intentions, they're gonna give back, they're gonna help somebody, but at the same time they forget we're going to a neighborhood. We're going to a tent where they consider that their home. I don't know what's going to happen when we get there. I don't know if somebody's going to have a fucking mental breakdown when we're there. If somebody's fucking smoking something in there and you go in there and you bother them. You can't just open somebody's tents. You got to always say something, and get permission. Yeah, and be respectful. That's kind of how I always saw it, and that has helped me along the way. Even with the volunteers, I've taken kids from Sunbirth Youth Academy, the military kids, the kids with issues. I've taken a large group of kids with certain areas where I know it's gonna be all right, and I know the people that are in the area, and they just get an earful of what you should and shouldn't do, pretty much, and that's helped a lot of the teenagers. When they get out of the program, they message me on Instagram, hey, you remember me? I was in group 18, and with Sunburst Youth Academy, and you took us to the streets, and I'll never forget that, and I was like, wow, that's cool. I mean, it makes a difference on kids, on the teens.
How is it important to expose kids to what you do and taking them? Like, how powerful is it, for them to you got some kids that, are raised in any type of home, I'll say,
Yeah.
I don't want to put a label on the home, any type of home.
Yeah.
And, they don't really understand what they have until they maybe hit these streets, right?
Yes.
And they see, damn, man, I got it made.
That's what I do. That's what I do before I hit the streets. I have them all lined up. Let me talk to them real quick. Just to give them, the little rules about disrespect and respect and all that. And then when they're out there and the people are talking to them, it does give them a reality check. And some of them start opening up and say, you know what? Before I went to the program, I was homeless too.
Yeah.
Or I am homeless. So when I leave the program, I don't know where I'm going to go. So I have the case managers from that youth group contacting me if I have a place, and, we start working with each other to see what we can do for this person. I've taken a kid to Homeboy's Industry. He had his hood on his head, and I watched you get your tattoos removed.
Yeah.
And he couldn't take that shit. Tears were going down his eyes.
It's painful.
He said it's painful.
Yeah.
It's very painful. I was watching you, and I'm like, damn, like that shit hurt.
It's a crazy pain, man. But if you
how many times do you got to do that?
I've done it. I've had laser treatments, probably like 30 laser treatments.
Damn.
Yeah. because I've taken it off my arms in a lot of different places, head, neck,
Yeah.
And I've done the dumb shit where I even take it off and then I'll put something else back on and then I'll take that off.
Well, Homeboys only does hoods. Like, it's only for gangs,
Well, the trick about Homeboys, and I'll tell you this, is I've gone through Homeboys to get laser treatment.
Okay.
And shout out to Homeboys, man. They do great things within the community. Very powerful organization. And they were like, hey, is that a hood? And it wasn't a hood tattoo. You know what I mean? But they said, that's a hood tattoo, right? And I said, hell yeah, it's a hood tattoo, bro. You know what I mean? And it was, and
Some lips.
But you just got to tell them. It's just like sometimes with your applications, right?
Correct.
You got to
you gotta wiggle it a little.
Yeah, it is what it is. But Homeboys will still take your tattoo off. You just say it's gang related. You know what I mean? They're not fucking gang professionals where they're gonna say,
Look it up. No, it's not a gang.
They're gonna take your word on it and they're gonna do their job, man. You know what I mean? And give you a session. But yeah, I've gone to Homeboys industry to get tattoos taken off, and
mad respect for that organization that helps a lot of people. I have respect for a lot of organizations that are out there doing that work, putting in work for the community, especially those that go out there and pray and do their thing. I mean, I feel bad at times because I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to pray like that, because I just an F word will probably come out while I'm praying.
Yeah. But I think God would. I think in a sense, I think God would. I don't know. I can't say what God's gonna think or feel or but.
Well, wasn't he like always with the prostitutes and the gang members and?
I think that you know what, a prayer is a prayer, and however you're gonna say the prayer,
as long as it comes from the heart.
Yeah, and if there's a couple F-bombs in it, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, people are gonna try to tell you the proper way to pray, but hey, at the end of the day, it's your conversation between you and God.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Project Coffee Cup, that's a good organization, right?
We've met a few times.
Jacob, shout to Jacob.
Polly's Project.
Yeah, Polly's Project. Do you guys ever beef? Like
beef?
Like
I'll win.
Not them.
I'll win.
Yeah, I know they don't want that smoke.
They don't want the smoke.
Yeah. But are different organizations help out other organizations?
Yeah. We help out like vice versa with Polly's Project. Give each other stuff, Other organizations, we've given stuff to even Union Rescue Missions when we have like a shitload of pallets coming of something, then we let it be known too. I have a homeboy, his name is Ed. He hooks us up a lot too. He gives us a lot of things that we need. He doesn't really like the whole public thank you and stuff. So
he does it on the low. And that's the greatest hookup, right?
Yeah.
Someone that doesn't even, hey, you know what? I don't
even post me.
I don't need no recognition on this. This is just between me and you.
Yeah.
You know where I stand.
Yeah.
Those are probably the greatest.
And I hate it because he gives us a lot of good stuff and it's like, fuck, man. But at the same time, I respect that, just he hooks us up on the side,
There's a lot of veterans.
A lot of veterans.
Homeless veterans.
Too. I had a connection with the Vet Hunters. What
is Vet Hunters?
Vet Hunters is an organization of vets that help out vets that are going through homelessness, mental health issues, and stuff like that. It's been years since we've gotten together and done anything together, but we used to collaborate a lot before.
Yeah.
I would have a person that I would meet on the streets. Oh, I'm a Marine, and okay, well, let's verify that, So I will call someone and to verify this if this person got any benefits for them because of the reason why they no longer are a Marine. If it's just everything, and then I don't know. We just went our own ways,
Yeah, it happens like that sometimes.
It happens like that, yeah. I mean, the guy from the tiny house is Elvis. He's cool. Like we separated for a while too, but he comes through now.
What do you think of the tiny houses?
I mean, when it was happening, it was like cool. At the same time,
because they got them in my neighborhood in Highland Park.
They have them.
Yeah, they got them.
Well, that's the thing. The government or the city took his fucking idea. Man, that's fucked up. Because he was doing them. He was building them, and the only problem was like, you putting them on the streets was kind of like, worse than a fucking tent, But at the same time, it's like now the government, the city is doing that. They have a bunch of tiny homes for people, and that's something that he started. And I feel that he should be.
He should be recognized.
Correct. That's how I feel.
And so right now we're in a very, very we're in a transition period in regards to, we got the presidential elections going on right now. You have Kamala Harris, and obviously you have your guy Trump on one side, right? Do you think
it's Daddy Trump?
Daddy Trump, yeah. Do you think that does it ever make a difference of who's the president of the United States in regards to homelessness?
Well,
or is it a local thing? Is it a county thing? Is it a city thing? Is it a state thing?
I think it's a state thing because of the programs and the benefits that each state gets. If they have more homeless issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know in Arizona, what I've noticed, and I'm not correct on this, I don't know if I am or not, but they had the zone area, which was kind of like a small Skid Row area. And what they did is I don't know what funding they got, but they cleared everyone out. They put them all in like hotels and bridge housings and stuff like that.
Are these temporary places?
Yes, they are temporary while you're working with your case manager. Like the bridge housing is temporary. It's like what it says, a fucking bridge.
What do you mean bridge housing?
Yeah, it's
like you're under a bridge?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Bridge housing is like I have a spot for you, and we'll leave you there until we get your Section 8 going and everything, and then we'll house you.
For sure, yeah.
It's just pretty much a bridge, so you won't be on the streets. That's what they have a lot over there. And while I was working over there, too, because remember I told you I went to Arizona, and I started doing the same shit again, working for an organization. And this one was more of a Christian organization. We got to pray every time before we left, so I was like always nervous before we left. Fuck, I don't want to pray. But that organization, I did okay. I think I helped a lot of people as far as like getting them in through the process of homelessness and stuff. But then I started getting phone calls from LA that, hey, they need a CEO in this organization. Are you willing to come? They're going to pay you, 3 digits, 6 digits. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't leave.
What's your first thought when you hear the word gentrification?
I don't know much about it besides fucking making areas pay more money. I think California is California is doing that a lot.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people that once upon a time ago had houses in the 90s that, were some of the spots where, my homies hang out, whatever, and they were just like, people getting high that were able to afford, housing or houses, rent, whatever, somehow, some way, whatever, however they're making it. But now they just put it so out of the range that now a lot of the people that I know in the 90s, now they're in the wash, along the 110 freeway. They're in, makeshift housing, tents, et cetera, right? So gentrification for sure has increased the homeless population.
I agree with you on that. I agree, and I think I've seen it more here in California.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be crazy if South Central becomes one of the rich areas. Well,
it's getting somewhat gentrified too, because there's a lot of people in South Central that are not able to live there or afford to live there now. Yeah, and now they're going to like San Bernardino. They're getting pushed out.
Like Palmdale area
too. Yeah. And it is just it's kind of like a cancer in a sense, right?
Yeah.
It's growing and growing and it's spreading and really the government, the counties, the cities seem like they don't have the cure for it or the solution for it.
They do. I'm sure there's a cure solution for it. It's not beneficial.
It's not beneficial because back to it being a fucking millions of dollars of a business, right?
Yeah, that's what they do the homeless count. What the fuck do homeless count for?
What is a homeless count?
A homeless count is, I guess they do it every year. I did it one time where we hit the streets. You get partnered up with someone. It's a special certain day that you do it. And they tell you, okay, this zone is yours, where certain streets that you gotta go and count the homeless. But the problem is that sometimes before they do that shit, they clean the streets, and they move them on certain areas where more homeless are at. So that's where the money goes. The areas that have more homeless people get more funding.
So sometimes a lot of us will see a city that includes city workers, which include police officers that are hitting a certain homeless location, and they're basically cleaning it out. They're clearing it out, and it consists of police officers, city workers, and they're just throwing their tents and their encampments in the trash. I mean, but is there caseworkers there at the time as well that it's going to help them relocate them, or do they get a heads up on that? Hey, we're coming in a week. You guys better, you know what I mean? Be ready.
They get a heads up.
They get a heads up.
I see the papers. I always, want to see what the fuck's going on. They get a heads up. They do have caseworkers, but some of those caseworkers don't give a shit. People from LASA, they're the ones that are there, and they have the funding. They're the ones that fund other organizations, like Hopics and People's Concerns and all these other organizations, but they're just standing there. I mean, I get the word, hey, they're doing a cleanup on Martin Luther King and blah, blah, blah. Go check it out. All right, I go. And, I just kind of like see what's going on, what's up, because it's people that we help, people that we've give out tents to, and clothes and food and everything.
People that you have personal relationships with.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, shit, they're taking all their shit. Anybody want to donate tents? So I go and I check it out, and it's a trip because, you see the cops there, you see the homeless mad because they got to get their stuff out, or they could barely get anything out. And the caseworkers are just, like me and you chopping it up, instead of focusing on the issue that's going on. And that's how I feel with the Housing First program, where they should focus on the issue that people have first instead of housing them. If someone has drug addiction, focus on a drug addiction.
Yeah.
I think so. I know people say, no, let's house people. That way they can get a job. And then, but it doesn't work that way. At least from what I have experienced in the field, it doesn't work that way.
But how hard is it when you have a population of individuals that don't really want the help?
It's hard.
Then what do you really do with the individuals,
They still house them, though, because the people who have mental health issues go in first. They want to get the people who are experiencing mental health problems on the streets, get them off the streets first.
What is the main mental health issue? Probably like schizophrenia?
Schizophrenia, bipolar, or I don't know. You just become mentally ill for living on the streets so long.
You ever meet that one? She's a beautiful black woman, and Angie, I don't know what her name is, but she lives on Skid Row. They call her the mayor of this section in Skid Row.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I've been in her tent, and she's got an immaculate.
She's housed now.
She's housed now?
She's housed, yeah.
But
she's still out there.
She's still out there.
Yeah.
And so when I went in her tent, she had a beautiful, immaculate tent with a blow-up mattress. She had jacuzzi. She had a nightstand.
Jacuzzi for the
Dude,
pussy.
she had it set up like, damn, this shit is nice. And I was, anybody that would meet her or see her down there, you'd be like, what the hell are you doing? And she said, I want to be here.
Yeah.
I want to be here to help the people, and she wasn't on drugs. She wasn't, when somebody's on drugs.
Yeah, of course.
I know when somebody's on drugs because I've been on drugs.
Because you're a drug addict.
Well, once a drug addict, always a drug addict. Always a drug addict, right? But it just really blew my mind when I interviewed her and she welcomed me into her house, her tent, right? And but she's housed now.
Yeah, she's housed, but she's back. The city took all her shit, and she got donated stuff again. So she's, she does it for the people. She's housed. She does things at home. She goes live. I watch her videos too, and she's always on the streets right there. I forget what street it is. The fifth in some San Pedro.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And I'd be watching what she does. Pretty cool. She has coffee there for people too.
Yeah, she had a whole kitchen in that thing.
She hates Union Rescue Mission, that's for sure.
Why is that?
She don't like sending people over there. Well, because I'm gonna tell you like this. I didn't know that until I found out.
Union Rescue Mission.
Yeah,
it's an organization.
It's a Christian organization, but they do drug test you, and I didn't know that in the beginning.
In order to get into the mission.
Correct, and so if you have children, they'll take them from you.
Yeah,
and that's fucked up.
Well, is it though?
I mean, it's fucked up. But they give you a chance, though. They do give you a chance. You got to let them know, I have a problem. I have a drug problem, but I want to change it. So you come out dirty, and then a week passes by. They check you again, And if you're clean, that means you're good, you know. But if you continue to have dirty tests, then CPS will come in.
Is there a lot of kids that are living in these homeless
Yes.
places? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, all ages?
All ages.
Wow.
I mean, shoot, I helped a girl. She was on Hill Street in 38th, I think, and she had a little baby. It kind of like draw me to her because of the baby. You know, she was sleeping in the car, and then her car got towed. And then I was like, "Where's your baby at?" And she's like, "Right here in the tent." I'm like, "You want to go to the shelter?" So I took her actually to a Union Rescue Mission, and I told her from the start, they're gonna drug test you.
Yeah.
If you are dirty, let them know you need the help. You know, don't.
But they still can keep their kid though.
Yes, until the next test.
Until the next test.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and she did not. She left.
She left.
She left.
Because she was addicted to drugs.
Correct.
What drug was she addicted to?
A methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Yeah. Well, it's a terrible drug, man.
It is a terrible drug. I hear you talking about it all the time. It makes me laugh.
I make light of, you know, my drug addiction and history, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm lucky to be here.
Of course.
You know, very, very fortunate to be here.
Not a lot of people can come back from that.
Well, I've had prison has saved me a lot of times.
Yeah?
Yeah, prison has saved me a lot of times. But some of these people aren't getting busted to fucking sober up and be able to hit that reset button in the county jail or on their little prison stint.
You know, they do get busted in Arizona, but it seems like when they come out, because I've been watching a couple shows from Arizona, 602 and Lost in Phoenix. And he's constantly, you know, interviewing people, talking about their drug addiction or their life or what they're going through. And then he puts the picture of them being busted. You know, and it's like they're in and out, and they're only clean when they're busted. So when they come out, you can see them. You can see the difference. You know, they're a little chunkier, cleaner.
Yeah.
You know, more.
Got a good complexion going on.
Yeah, you can have a good conversation with them.
Yeah.
And then here comes like a week passes by, and they're all fucked up. I'm like, damn.
If you could take one drug off the street, what drug would it be?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
It's kind of a somewhat of a new drug.
I don't think it's that new. I've been off fentanyl for 3 years now.
So you once upon a time ago.
I did.
You used fentanyl.
I accidentally went into fentanyl.
How do you accidentally go into fentanyl?
I'll tell you. Medication, pain medication, and then not having pain medication, I actually went on an offer up. I'm not saying that's where you can get it, but I got some perks, and then I started fucking with them. I did a drug test, and I ended up being positive for fentanyl. I'm like, fuck, you know.
What is fentanyl? Is it kind of like it's like a heroin drug, right?
I think it's stronger than that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've never been addicted to heroin.
Yeah, it's a downer, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why I'd be in the pain medication.
Yeah, I graduated to fentanyl.
So you take that drug off the street.
That drug is killing because, and this is coming from Arizona. Youngsters, Lucky, they're fucking youngsters. I'm talking about youngsters smoking fentanyl. And I'm going under the bridges, trying to talk to them. They're blowing that fucking smoke in my face, you know, doing shit like that, whatever. It didn't bother me, but at the same time, it's like, fuck. You know, you can't get through them because it's painful. It's a painful drug to kick. It's worse than heroin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I tell them, hey, you know, put you in the program, you can kick that and da-da-da-da, and I think they just like start like scratching like, no, I don't want to go through that because I already went through that, you know. And they're like, no, that shit fucking hurts. It's like, okay, it's only on a week or two of pain, bro, but then you'll be okay after that, you know. But no, it's really hard. It was very, very tiring for me to sit there and try to convince someone that they're gonna be okay after they kick this drug off their system. You know?
How easy is it to get help, get treatment, you know, get into a program? I mean, nowadays there's so many organizations are different places, right? It should be pretty easy, right?
It was hard for me in LA. It was hard for me in Arizona to get people into treatment, especially, you know, the elderly people, if they have dogs, if they have cats. I mean, all depends.
They can have attachments to these animals and they can't take them in with them.
Correct.
Right?
They can't. And there's an organization called CBI, which is the Community Bridges. That one doesn't say no. That one will take anyone who walks in on their own, or if a police officer takes them there.
Shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
For
so
real.
it could be packed as hell, and it could be over the maximum amount of people, but they keep bringing them in. You know, they kick the drug out, whatever they're on, and then boom, they're back at it. And come back later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with LA on Cloud 9, are you able to live off of having that organization?
No.
Or so it is 100%
Grassroots, yeah.
Grassroots, and you do it for nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing in the sense of income coming from it.
No. I do it from the heart.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why, my quote, give without expecting, you live without regret. If you give something from the heart, you're not going to regret it. You're not going to be mad later on. Oh, I did this for that person. I did that for that person. It's like, then don't give.
And most organizations that do what you do, they do get residuals back from maybe a government or something like that.
Yeah, because you can get grants, you can get stuff like that with the government. But like I told you in the beginning, they're not going to tell me how to run my fucking program.
Because once you do that, then you have to follow a set of guidelines?
Must, yeah. Paperwork comes in. So much shit comes with it. And it's all right, because it's like I'm not doing nothing illegal, but... you get, stops, like you can't do certain things. And I don't like that. Because some people, you have to go above and beyond for a person. Some are easy, some are not. And I can't do it different. I can't do the same to everybody.
How much longer are you going to be doing this?
Until God calls me home.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. That's powerful.
And I appreciate you giving me the time to talk about this and stuff. It's some real shit out there.
I want everybody to give it up for Claudia Perez, LA on Cloud 9. This has been good right here. If there's any organizations that are watching or companies watching, they want to support what you're doing, how can they support you?
Well, we have an Instagram, LA on Cloud 9. We have a Facebook, LA on Cloud 9, a website, laoncloud9.org. People can donate used clothes. I just say, gently clothes. Don't send me no chonies with shit on it. Because it's happened before.
Damn.
Men's clothing for sure, because not a lot of men donate, but one day we were going through the bags and we're like, what the fuck? Ain't gonna give this damn underwear out.
Get a thumb bag?
Yeah, it was like, woo-wee. Hell no.
So men don't like to donate. They like to keep their shit till it falls.
That's crazy. I always put bags outside of my house because I live in a neighborhood where people will pick that up,
Okay.
But that's interesting, that men will
If
be
you
there with-
donate clothes, what the fuck? Call me.
Yeah, no, 100% I will. And how can people reach you?
Like,
Reach
call
you?
me?
Yeah, like how can they contact you if they want to donate, if they want to, be a part of your organization, they want to help somehow, some way.
310-993-7001. It's your number, right?
Is that her number? Yeah. There it is right there.
I mean, shit, if I'm in Arizona, what the hell can I do? They're over here.
Absolutely.
So I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it gets there.
I mean, there's times that Dana will do things, she won't say shit. She just does it and helps all these people. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even know you were doing that. And she does it from the heart. So, I mean, I respect that. But we're also a nonprofit organization. So we like to show people where their donations go and what we're doing with the organization. If I'm an organization that doesn't post shit, then what are people going to think? Where's my donations go? So I post what I can. Sometimes, I'm a little graphic with the posts and stuff, but it's the truth. It's reality.
How can people follow you on Instagram? What's your Instagram handle?
For LA on Cloud 9?
Yeah.
LA on Cloud 9.
LA on Cloud 9. Everybody, make sure you follow Claudia. Make sure you reach out.
Baby oil.
Our peanut butter.
Oh, preparation H.
Make sure you guys reach out, and if you don't have nothing to donate, at least reach out and say, hey, I saw you on Hoodstocks, and thank you so much for what you're doing. But with that said, I'll tell you, thank you so much for what you're doing. You are an angel on these streets, man, and for you to do this for nothing and expect nothing, like you're saying, is just a testament to the person that you are, man. And this world, what would be this world without people like Claudia?
But
Perez?
It's just not just me. Like it's a group of people. It's everyone that comes and volunteers. It's my family, my nieces, my nephews, and people that have been with us for over 10 years. It's just a group of people. Some people come and go. Some go and never come back. They had a bad experience. I'm sorry. We don't know what we're gonna get to in the streets. But I appreciate everyone that does come and show support and donate. And your donations go straight to where they go. They go to the streets.
Everybody give it up for Claudia Perez. We're out of here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.